Friday, everybody, and welcome back to Brown Bag Bets, powered by BetSperts, where your daily dose of quick hit handicapping and sports betting picks. I'm Alex Christensen, joining me as always, looking very nice in his BetSperts hat. Not the rope hat, that's probably hard to do. Maybe no green screen today, but how's it going, Mr. Molitor? Are we ready for the weekend? I mean, what do we got here? Is there a major sporting event this weekend? I guess just NBA playoffs.
Just the NBA playoffs. I think there's a fight night. I think there's a race.
There's always
Obviously, there's some hockey. There's going to be baseball. The NFL draft is coming into the home stretch of things. When you said, "Are you ready for the weekend?" I got the. Um, you ever seen Meatballs?
Oh yeah, and meatballs too.
Are you ready for the summer? That song bangs. Like that's it. That's kind of low key. There's a lot of good camp movies. In fact, they're all great. Camp Nowhere,
Wet
um,
Hot American Summer.
What Had American Summer. Meatballs is undoubtedly the king for me. I'm gonna have that song in my head all day long. No, I'm excited for the weekend. Weather sucks up here. We're getting dangerously close to going outside and golfing season, going outside and doing other things season, maybe even shooting some buckets. But no, it's just gonna be Easter for me. Like I'm gonna go do several different family Easters, do some traveling this weekend. So hopefully the weather's nice enough for safe travel as we celebrate this Passover slash Good Friday. Maybe I'll go get fish fry one last time today.
I would if I were you. I
Sounding
mean,
good.
it's always a good time for a walleye fish fry, and hopefully Grandma isn't watching because you're right. I should remember Sunday was Easter.
Yeah. Well, we do whatever. Like we'll get there. When you wake up Sunday, you'll know it's Easter. So we will move on through Easter. And when do the playoff series is start actually? Like when will be game ones of real 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, all that jazz? When do those begin?
Tomorrow afternoon,
Okay, so I got
Jazz Mavericks at 1 o'clock.
so afternoon, Saturday afternoon, professional playoff, actual not playing. Even though the play-in games have been high intensity, especially the one up in Target Center. Jesus, there's been some good play-in games. I enjoy the play-in series. Despite I hate gimmicky shit. I hate when they change the rules, but I've loved this so far. But I'm pumped for actual games, and you've got some futures already. But looks like we're going Milwaukee style here. What's the other one? Oh, you have actual game bets and a series bet. Let's
We got a
delve into the
play-in
NBA.
game, we got a round one game, and then a final series bet here. As probably not a final one. There'll be more serious prices, but
Oh
last
no.
one for the week. So a little bit of stuff to get you into the playing games, like you said, finish tonight. 2 games tonight. Again, the Lakers and Pelicans. That game came just about right on my number. Seeing a lot of sharp people really like the Clippers here -4, and they're starting to take money. It was 3.5. It's at 4. I'm seeing 4 at 15, so it looks like we're headed to 4.5. Makes sense. The Clippers are a really good team. The Pelicans have really had kind of a downswing here towards the end of the season. I'm not going to have anything on that game, but because I love to pick producer Dan's team. I didn't realize this. I like picking your teams. A lot of Timberwolves and Hawks bets lately, but give me the Hawks -2.5 tonight. They've been playing very solid basketball the last month or so. Yes, a lot of the success has been at home, but it's not like the Cleveland Cavaliers have a huge home court advantage themselves. Little nervous maybe about Jarrett Allen, but the way that they're talking about him being a true game time decision, it seems like if he does play, it's going to be a little dicey. He won't be 100%. So even with Jarrett Allen on the floor, and as heartening as it was for the Cavaliers to finish that Nets game and sort of get it close, I like the Hawks here quite a bit. I have this closer to 4.5, almost 5 when I started it. Again, made some tweaks here with Bogdanovich out off the bench. A little less scoring for the Hawks, but I think they'll be fine. They've been just fine without John Collins for the last basically month now. But we've seen the impact of DeAndre Hunter being in. The defense has sort of solidified a little bit. I think he'll be able to slow down, at least try to stay across from Paul George just a little bit. Or no, I'm sorry. Wrong series. I'm mixing metaphors there. He'll be able to stay across from Darius Garland, slow him down just a little bit. And we'll see what Mobley can do. It'll be an interesting game for him against Clint Capella, but like the Hawks here quite a bit. So I'll lay the 2.5. And then round one, the Bulls, Milwaukee Bucks game. This is actually the last game of round one, it looks like so far. It'll be 6:30 on Sunday. this should be a Bucks blowout. And as I've started to look at some of these lines, the totals are a little depressed. It looks like they've taken these totals about 3, maybe 4 points down from what you'd see in the regular season. But I don't think it's enough for this Bulls team. And I think what they're going to run into with this Bucks team coming out in game one, you look throughout this matches they played this year, the Bulls, I believe, only went over this total once and really didn't come close the other 2 times. The Bucks have a great defense when they're locked in. They've had a week to plan for this matchup. Brook Lopez is back and healthy and makes a big difference in terms of rim protection. It's going to be a tough series for these Bulls, and I think they're going to start with a very low-scoring game. So give me the team total under 109 and give me a Bucks sweep. Plus 250 looks like a really nice number here based on what I was laying out for some of the money lines. I think Drew as well was doing that in the chat. We came up to pretty close to the same number, closer to, plus 180, plus 190.
175-ish, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more. So value.
Yeah, it's again, so the way you think about it, right? This is effectively a 4-game parlay. We're going to parlay the Bucks money lines for games 1 through 4. And when you sit down and you put those together, you're looking at, minus 600 in the first 2 games. But in the next 2 games, if they're minus 200 even, as low as that, this is a really nice number to have in your pocket. So think about it that way. Again, take some time, go through yourself, try to see if you can figure out what those money lines are and what happens when they combine. But this is a situation where, again, instead of doing the rolling money line game over game, I'm going to grab them all right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's and I feel like there's maybe a disconnect between the money lines now and the money lines when you get to the point where, oh, they just beat the shit out of this team at home to go up 3-0. Like you might say, looking at what you think the prices will be, the rollover could be close, but if the Bulls are just a dead fish through 3 games, that game 4 money line might not be as good as what you think you'd get right now. So I'm with it. I'm going to make money on the Bulls and against the Bulls this year. I'll find a sweet price. I'm sure those are all the NBA prop.
You can
The
love or
prop
hate
prices
anybody
are
any time of the year.
flying. They're flying up now everywhere. So we got it all over. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna watch some NBA tomorrow afternoon. Because the golf, honestly, the golf's fine. It's a decent tournament, but it just ain't the Masters. I've enjoyed this tournament. Some of my outrights are doing okay. I had first round leader bets, just tiny ones I put in on the guy who was second, 4 guys who were tied for third, and then 1 guy who was in the spot after that. So Cam Young kind of screwed up my first round leader stuff, but I have a bunch of top 20, top 10 bets that are doing good. I think I did a top 10, top 20 split kind of deal on a few guys over in the Discord, and one of them's tied for second, one of them's tied for ninth. If the guy tied for ninth were to stay in the top 10, and the top 10 and 20 bets cashed on Mr. Mito Pereira, it would pay for everything else I've bet because he was plus 850 to make the top 10, and I think 3 or 4 to 1 to make the top 20. So God bless his. And if he won, I also bet that guy 115 to 1. You won't see me next week. I'll be in Mexico. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do the show. I'll do it from the
Gotta
beach.
do the show. Come on.
I'll do, I don't know. When's hurricane season start? Got to be really getting close to that.
I think you should take the money, and honestly, we should do a brown bag bets on location. When we'll go to the Bahamas or Bermuda. It's got to be something that starts with a B, right?
Brown bag bets Bermuda. Yeah, Atlantis. Let's go to Atlantis. You ever been there?
Yeah.
That's kind of a sick place.
Just once. Let's go. All right, so we'll go to Atlantis. It'll be brown bag Bahama bets.
Brown bag Bahama bets. I'm down with that. Funkin' Nassau. Speaking of golfing, couple bets I placed this morning. Again, I don't want to do a big ad for BetSperts Golf, but basically giving away memberships. You sign up for an Underdog membership if you don't have one yet, and deposit like $10, we'll just give you one. I think there's another way with 4 for 4 you can get one. Otherwise, it's half price. And yeah, everything we bet is over in the Discord there. And I bet a couple. I wish I would have put this one on. I didn't post Varner over Poulter. That was more of a I hate Ian Poulter, and I bet that early this morning when I was looking at stuff. But Neesmith over Stallings is looking good as far as ones I already bet. He's up 5. Hadwin and Kuchar continue to do battle. That's going to be there's usually an outright or a full tournament matchup that I'll also bet each day as well. and it'll be dangerously close. And that's my money suck for the week. And it looks like Matt Kuchar is going to be the guy who takes a few units away from me this week. Because God, I think I had a 2-stroke lead on him yesterday. A birdie is 16, 17, 18 to not only push. I mean, I lost that matchup. Very annoyed with Kuchar right now, but Stallings doing great. Fulter doing poor, which is nice. And then my last one for the day, the only one that does start in the afternoon. This starts at noon Central, one Eastern, 10 Pacific. Russell Knox over Kevin Streelman. This is a matchup that I was a little nervous considering Knox's play so far, but the fact that they made Knox a dog in this one, where I have Streelman as kind of a cut misser, trunk slammer. They call those. I'm gonna look where I have Streelman in my. Streelman was one over yesterday. Knox was one over as well, but I have Knox so much more highly ranked here. I would have this flipped. It's minus 120 plus 100. Streelman's way, I have my numbers basically flip flop. So I think this should be a decent sized edge, and hopefully Knox gets it together. I know a lot of people who used him in DFS. Would be awful nice if he were to shoot 300-400 a day and make the cut. Cut line is probably -1, so he doesn't have to have a huge day. And again, even money, nice little prop here, and I'll have some stuff overnight too. Maybe I'll post some shit on Twitter.
I can dig it. Wait,
I
did you
can
end up
dig
having
it.
any other outrights? But you said you had Mito. Sounds like you're not too thrilled
Um,
about Cam Young. You
yeah,
got
no, if you
Varner.
watch,
Varner had a good day.
I gave them all out on the betting show we did with Jeff Feinberg and Noonan on Tuesday. So my 5 outrights were Mito, Corey Connors, Shane Lowry, and that's not 5. I have to
That's
pull it up.
3.
All right. Corey Connors, Mito Pereira, Shane Lowry, Russell Henley, and Dustin Johnson. Dustin Johnson was a why is this price? Whenever you find the best possible price at bookmaker, it makes you wonder. And Dustin Johnson's tied for 89th. Otherwise, Corey,
Oh,
Mito, and
that's pretty good.
Shane. Yeah. Corey, Mito, and Shane, 3 of my outrights right now are T9. They are 3 shots off the lead, and none of them have swung the club at all today. So they have the whole day ahead of them to play catch up to Cam Young. And then my other one is Henley. He's 2 shots further back, but again, he's in the top 20. So I have some live outrights. This is going to be a fun weekend if some of them can get rolling. And the one I almost played was Jocko Neiman, which is annoying since he's second place. Although, like I said, I do have Neiman top 10, top 20 as well. He was plus 175 and plus 375, top 10, top 20. So having him just stay in the top 10, having him get second, that would be awful nice if I get some of those top 20 prices. I did bet everything I bet at Dead Heat rule books. So if there's some chops, there's some chops. I'll live with that. I like the prices.
So be it. I can dig it.
No tennis today. I didn't
Nothing.
think so.
4 matches
I left
in
it on
Palm
the
Harbor.
rundown anyway.
Yeah, 4 matches in Palm Harbor. Didn't love any of them. If you're looking just for some action, just take the overs. These look like they should all be fairly competitive matches. But again, nothing stuck out to me as value. I will say it'll be pretty exciting next week. We get back into European clay season, Stuttgart. So I'll be doing a full preview. I'm sure I actually should have some time this weekend to get to that while I'm watching basketball. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'll dump a preview for Stuttgart out there with all my good outrights and stuff so we get them in on time. But European tennis, Andy, there's going to be clay tennis while we're on the show.
I like that. I like it that the men are already doing it. The men are playing right now. We have like 5 weeks of this. Not all great. Like you throw in Hamburg, Munich. There's a couple lesser ones right before the French Open, but I mean
Madrid's always good. Rome's very good.
Rome, Monte Carlo. Like these are great clay tournaments. I enjoy all of these. I've watched a lot more men's tennis this week than I normally would have, and it's fun because we brought it up on Monday on the Brown Bag, a deep dive. When our guy Sign Collectibles started chiming in on tennis, we had to start talking, and we were getting all psyched up about this Joker Alcaraz collision course later in the tournament. And presciently, I said, "Oh, Joker has a tough little matchup with Fakina here," and of course, I didn't bet it, but he did lose as a massive favorite, and then Alcaraz lost as well. So the Monte Carlo bracket is wild right now. A lot of good names, a lot of big names who I mean, even with them out, there's still a lot of big names left. So that's a fun tournament. I will
Yeah,
turn my
Fokina, Dimitrov, Sinner's up a set on Zverev right now, and then we've got a Schwartzman Tsitsipas match, which should be interesting.
Sinner redlining too. That's fun. When he plays very well, he's very fun. So I could get behind Sinner to make a run here. I'm gonna look at the bracket and see if they have updated outrights anywhere. Maybe make some bets on that. Um, I will be betting Turkey again. We're staying away
Ooh.
from these Europa. God damn it. Atalanta just needed one goal at home to get me there. They lost 2-0. Couldn't get me that price. I thought I had a nice little market there. Very
Felt really
annoying.
good. But saw the other team
Very
up 1-0.
yeah. Yeah, when the other team was up, I'm like, God, I should have played both teams to score first half. I was all about like getting it there, and it wasn't meant to be. You can't win them all. Soccer's tough, but I do have one in the Turkish Super League today with a struggling team. Last time I clampered on a struggling team to do something, I believe it was Chelsea in their Champions League match. That didn't work out. But you know what? This other squad doesn't have Benzema. That's not something we're going to worry about. This is a middle of the, let's say, mid-table team versus the top team. Trabzonspor is your leader. They are sitting at the very top. I'm looking at League One. That's not what I want. Out Super League. This match starts at 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern. So got some time on this one. Trabzonspor has struggled lately. They haven't been good. If you go look at their form, I love the thing on soccer where you have the five boxes where it's win, loss, draw, win, win. Everybody does it the same. But, throw some context on that. And look at that. And Trabzonspor has been great at home. I think this may be one of their final matches at home as they look to finish an undefeated home campaign. They have not lost a match on home soil, home turf yet. So it should be a decent matchup here, and I think they can actually tie up. If some other things go right, I think they can win the league today. It's gonna be darn close. I think they have a 13-point lead, and there's not maybe like 5 or 6 matches for most left. So if they were to stretch that out to a 16-point lead with only 5 matches left, if second place weren't to garner any points, that would clinch their title for the coastal team here, taking it away from all the stupid Istanbul teams. And this is an
Ooh.
Istanbul team that they'll face today. So looking at them, clean sheet plus 121. Basically, that means the other team doesn't score. So you might have to find a Karagumruk. Oh, I'm not good at this name. Karam Karaguramuk. I'm. It's the team that Trabzonspor is playing under zero point 0.5 goal team total. Basically, it just means the other team doesn't score. Trabzonspor doesn't even have to win. This game could finish 0-0. All they have to do is play decent defense against a team that I think they are much superior to. So looking for a lowish scoring game, but it wouldn't surprise me if Trab got a couple late. So scared off this over. I did play just clean sheet plus 121, and it will be women's tennis, men's tennis, Turkish soccer, golf this afternoon. Big day for me.
A lot
Lot to
going on.
watch. Lot to watch.
Got to keep yourself busy on a Friday. Get yourself ready. Last final preparations for the playoffs.
Dan says, I didn't factor in that Barcelona can't play when opposing fans are in the home stadium. That's on me. That's true. That's true. And yeah, Soccer Picks Club says he's done with Atalanta for a while. Well, I think they're done with Europa for a while, so we won't have to play them outside of domestic soccer anyway. And with that, fuck, let's Friday it up. What's best case results for you this weekend? Philly wins game one. Bulls get blown out, scored 60 points. Anything else you
Clippers,
need the
honestly,
understeers?
it starts tonight. The
Okay.
last preseason playoff bet I have is Clippers to miss the playoffs at plus 300, and somehow Tyronn Lewis got them all the way to here. So give me Hawks by at least 3 tonight, Pelicans victory, and then we roll into the weekend with a Sixers win in game one, a Nuggets win in game one,
Yep.
and in
Nuggets.
Minnesota, absolute mollywhopping of the Bulls.
Milwaukee. Molly-whopping of the Bulls.
Yes, whatever.
You said Minnesota. I
Oh,
was
yeah. Well, there you go. Them too.
When is Minnesota's game on? I believe Minnesota has a Saturday night game at home. I got to look for tickets now.
Well, it's not at home; it's in Memphis, so you don't have to worry.
No. Saturday night next.
Oh yeah, next Saturday, yeah. They play it Saturday afternoon. They're the second game right after Utah Dallas.
So 21st and the 23rd, I think, are the Timberwolves home games. Let's find some tickets live on the air. I'm kidding. We're gonna let you go. Thanks for joining us this week. Thanks to the chat. Thanks for everyone. Hit some thumbs ups. Hit some bets. Win some bets. Have some fun. See you Monday.